Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome here on US Global TV and Radio. And we're having the show Back to Paradise, Your Smile is Your Key. My name is Renee ISERMANN. I'm the author and founder of Yoga for Face. And I want to take you on a little journey today. We have a special episode, the number 13, and it is everything about Unsilenced. And first of all, I want to take you on a journey. Why I was taking the name Back to Paradise, Your Smile is Your Key, and why you have to stay tuned until the end of the show. And by the way, if you don't want to miss the next episode, please subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. And for this amazing platform, I want to change the world with the smile. And I'm just like, I was not coming up with a smile because it was easy. I had to learn it, I think, my whole life, to explore the power of your smile. And we are going to have the ultimate smile exercise at the end of the show. I will give you the guidance how to build your paradise back. So I'm having the key. And by the way, your face is your business card. And I'll give you a little bit idea why you have to stay here. Please, can you show the pictures to inspire? Because how you age, how you look in 10, 20, and 30 years, it's a decision from today. And your smile, my smile was gone away. I lost my smile in between, but I had to focus on to survive, to get back in my paradise, in my personal paradise. And so this is where this episode is very special. Thank you very much. Because it's all about unsilence you. Get you in your paradise, open up, speak your truth, and this is not the easiest way. And I have a special guest, Nattolie Chilton. She is an author, she is a therapist, she's a coach, she is a woman who changes so many lives, each by each. And so welcome on my stage from Canada.
Hello, Renee. Hello, audience. Excited to be here with you for our conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, it was hard to hold back. It was hard to hold back. In our pre-talks, we kept talking and talking. It's like we need to get on here. So happy we can share.
Yes, and so I know you now for 1.5 years and see you growing, following, inspiring, and you are a role model by your own story. And this is so important that we speak up. So back to paradise. I know when I was falling out of paradise, this is why I have Yoga for Face. So when it comes to the story, why did you fall out of paradise? And I mean, we get gold nuggets from it when we awaken. So what is your paradise story? Take us on a little journey to inspire, because this is all about, we want to inspire with our stories, and maybe that this you can lean on, and we want to open new spaces to change the world authentically.
Gorgeous. Well, I was raised basically in paradise. So in the country, population 200, we had chickens, we had huge, giant raspberry bushes. We could go out and pick berries, and I had my big cat and chickens, and it was really beautiful. That was the yard, but inside the house, there wasn't any, very little paradise in the house. My imagination was always good. And my generosity, and sense of justice from tiny, like 2 and 3, I used to split my candy exactly in half and share without being asked. I loved it. And then at 5, trigger warning, we're just going to touch on this because this, I was told in kindergarten, getting your tonsils out was fabulous. You get all kinds of ice cream and Jell-O. Well, that's not what I got. I got none of that. And I got a private room, and I received sexual abuse from my doctor. And I was kept in a private room for a week. So my kindergarten teacher finally came about day 5, no family before then. So I was 5, and I just remember going from this sparkling child to morbidly depressed for about the next almost 4 decades. It took me to shake off that black mind. So here we are. Here we are today. But I just want the viewer to know when you've experienced these super heavy things, and that was just the very first breadcrumb of many traumatic things, but that we can recover and be happy.
Yes, you were pointing out 4 decades. 4 decades. 4 decades is a long, long time. Have you been aware over the 4 decades that you felt out of paradise?
Absolutely. I almost had no voice. Like I talked just about superficial things as a distraction. And I had a big smile. I learned that made me feel so much better as a child. And I kept that, and I used that. I used my smile to open jobs, to open relationships, but I couldn't go any deeper than the clown that I fooled people with. But I was never fooled. I knew something was extremely wrong, and it took me many years for piece by piece, for the puzzle to fall into place. The awakenings started in my 20s.
Yeah, so it's in the 20s, and then even like 2 decades later, this is how much time healing needs, and we have to become an understanding about this whole journey. And you were picking up the title Unsilenced, and I love this so much because I've been to a similar journey, so this is where our stories were even like connecting from the beginning. And so we want to encourage really to open your mouth to talk about those things. They are happened. Because this is where you, from my perspective, you get the energies out of your system. So this is the first part really to opening up, because otherwise we get sick. So it's just like we have the sea monster, we have different diseases, and everything is coming to an inflammation and really to a self-betray. And when you are not speaking up your truth, this is my definition, it's just like when we experience betray in the outside, no matter what you experience, we have to look here in the mirror and to make the shift. So do you remember exactly how this is a breakthrough, how you were getting started?
How the freedom started for me?
to open up, really. I mean, this takes a lot of courage, and just like you have to be really fearless to just like make the shift, because what people are saying, this is how we grow up, right?
Yes, the fear of judgment, the fear of the words, of being labeled for our actions, that we, how we act out when we don't know who we are, when we're broken and responding from trauma and remaking the trauma as a way to process it is what I found. So you reenact the similar quality in order to process it. Okay, so how, like supernaturally, well, for one, I was extremely sensitive to other people's energies and thoughts. So when you've had a severe, just impressions that are very negative, it was just 11:11. Severe impressions that are just like constantly squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. What I learned to do is basically extend my spidey sense 100 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters, out. And so I had this, I would scan for safety. But because we are transmitting and receiving, I started to ask for supernatural help, because few people were safe. And so I started asking God, show me, what do I need to know? Like, I was wanting the truth. And there was many pieces of amnesia. And so I started to get information, keys. And each one, what can I say? One important key, because, and I've said this before, is that when you're conditioned with rejection, so many people have this problem with feeling rejected all the time. And I remember the spirit, God, I went to a restaurant and the waiter seemed really angry. My instant response, he doesn't like me. Like standing there in line, full place, he's overwhelmed. But I think it's about me. The spirit says, everything is not about you. That was one of the first powerful, like, that got in, because when you're super abused, you can become very narcissistic and you think everything's about you. And even depression can be a meditation on the self and the emotions, and it can become an idol in your life where you're obeying your depression, you're obeying false identity, false state, because you don't know any better. It takes time to unwind. Thank you for listening, Renee. I hope I explained.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many gold nuggets in, because it's really about becoming an understanding for what's going on and what are the different layers to break through. And this is so important that we talk about the small things. I mean, I know that you helped so many women, and just like showing up, even like when you are listening and you feel there's something that you didn't speak out, or just like you were just like not even able to find the right feel to just like let's talk about real thing. It's just like you can't talk with family members about those things when those things are happening. So this is very important, that you find a safe container and a person who's maybe even guiding you through those processes. And this is where you have, by the way, you have an amazing Audible book that you can listen to what Unsilenced really mean, and also about your story. But that we don't forget that if you going to any trauma or abuse you experienced, or just like sexual abuse, is just like even homemade often, even like we don't speak about that. Most of the women experience was like getting raped, even in a marriage, or just like growing up childhood, whatever. So you are offering a safe container in a Facebook group where you can come watch a little bit, and just like when you want, you have the right audience to talk to, that you don't get judged, because this is an important thing, to feel safe, specifically when you come from abuse and drama, right?
Yes. It's just important to see, it's Survivors Unite Club, and I made it just the invitation is joining is saying that something has happened to you, is happening to you presently, without saying any words until you're ready. You can DM me. You can just listen to, listening to my Audible is a process work in itself, because it's a great processing book, because it was 10 years of processing in order to create the book, and then a year to record it. So it's great company. If you're dealing domestic violence, parental alienation, trafficking, almost for me. Yeah. So yes, I am well acquainted with the darkest of materials, including SRA, which is satanic ritual abuse. So nothing is off the table for me. I believe and know these things are real. So all of ourself can come forward, and professionally I'm available. Sometimes it takes a long time to open up. So I'm remembering, don't expect people to start disclosing their secrets instantly. We might just have conversations like this about what happened to the dog before we ever get to what happened to us. So the trust has to be built before we can or should disclose very deeply.
And it is like, for me, it took a long time to understand because when you think it's normal, because, okay, this is like everybody is going through those things. And just like, I had to figure out that things that were happened to me, that this is not normal. And just like when you have shame and guilt and all this stuff, it's just, you have to find a different example that this is not normal. And then just like even finding your voice, finding the words to speak up, this needs inspiration. So I remember, because my first experience was I was getting raped, and then the sexuality I had to really to explore I was starting educating, because I was so shy and so just like feeling insecure to talk about things. It's just like, okay, let's figure out and just like read something. And this is why this is so amazing, your work, that you even like explaining the whole process, that we become an understanding when those things are happening, and that this is not normal.
Yeah, it takes a long time. I just have to tell my family member to be quiet. Just hang on.
So this is what happening. This is when family is happening. We're getting just like sidetracked on the outside. So now we're going to the next level. So we stay focused. We are centered.
And right? Set a boundary. This is the boundary. Oh, yes. Oh, I love what you say. I love what you share. Yeah, I just, the Jack in the Box, did you have those in Germany, or maybe the scarves that are put into like a box, and then this puppet comes out and goes, and then all these scarves come out?
What is the scarf? Yeah, but I'm not sure, but I get the picture. So I'm not familiar with this word. I'm learning new words every single day right now. But it's just like I'm getting the picture. So you're putting something down, it just like it needs a second, and it pops. Yeah.
Right. But when these secrets, when the things just keep being put down and put down and put down for like 3 decades, it becomes really messy, like a very messy house that needs to be organized. Yeah. So even listening now, I'm sure listeners are getting in their own personal insights. And one of the most powerful things you can do is even get on a prayer line and say what happened. Like if you're remembering something, get on there and just tell somebody what happened. Or hop on Survivors Unite Club, and you could just DM me if you want to even email something that happened in writing. If you can't say it, write it. Lots of survivors say that. It's a great way to start getting it out. We need to say it with our words, but it starts somewhere, and the writing primes the pump, right?
Yeah. It's opening the Pandora box. This is more the wording, what I'm familiar with. And so from my personal experience, I know that I was always just like protecting, even like my predators, just like you are going in a protecting mode, because you are covering the secrets, because you don't want to show up with this, you don't want to feel weak. And it just like, even like when it comes to the smile, so a smile, there are different levels of really smiling and embracing that and feeling the free version of yourself. So this is just like, this is where a smile is just like, this is like this. Yeah, so
there's the Mona Lisa, the Mona Lisa, and then it goes into the one on our poster. That big smile happened after the submission of my manuscript after 10 years. So that was a real smile, like so happy. But then life happens, and so I'm really excited about entering into your program very soon. Because it's such a subtle, beautiful thing. Yeah.
So we're talking about that, but here the thing is, when someone, how do you experience this, even like with your clients? Because I know you're working with a lot of women, like even how we ended up homeless. It's just like when I was in Florida, I was just like even really touched by how women are stepping in the wood, just like finding more safety there, also in a part, but how easy it can become when we are not opening and speaking our truth, and even just like mention that we need help.
I'd like to speak to that, Renee.
Yeah.
To what you just said, because I was in domestic violence. The guy was twice my age, had 2 babies. And so the last time I was struck, I hit the streets. I left 25 years old. I didn't know to call police. I didn't know I had any rights. I kept it, and I was homeless for a while. And a couple of angels helped me, men, of course, and not without, they had the things that they wanted in exchange for some protection. And so that was at 25. And then again, I became homeless 1 week after my last child was born. And so I know absolute desperation. And so, God, there was a point where, and that's heavy, obviously really heavy, really, really hard. But you survived it. And what is my point? My point, something was coming to mind there. Yeah. I can't remember at this moment. It just kind of flew out of my mind. Yeah.
So it's this okay. Is even just like, this is what we have also to understand, the process of you become aware of your story. It's not a story, but what happened to you. It's still something that it's just like, this is something that's running in your body system. And it's one part to think about those things and being aware. And then it's the other thing, talking to a person that you are close to. And right now, Nattolie, I'm having chills speaking out in public, like even on TV about those topics, and so many people are listening. This is specific when we are high sensitive. This is where I cheerleader you. Thank you for showing up and even like sharing this with us. Because then it's just like, okay, this is a process, and we are still, whatever abuse, yeah.
I remember, yeah, when these things happen, it's called dissociation, where the mind literally, it's like a train track, and then the neurology goes, because I'm trained in neurolinguistics, I know what happened. It's like, loop, not like, that's a painful neurology right there. Let's just go over here. But I remember, because there was a point, and I was spending like years and years and years very much on my own, hardly any people, conversations, and just like this solitary sea turtle. That was me, like just in the ocean, being healed with a lot of time alone with my creator, with presence, with love from above, from heaven, healing me. But so many people could not connect to me. And I was noticing this, or that I wasn't connecting with them. And I'm like, what is this about? Like, and the answer was, you are for the ones who have been deeply wounded. That is who you connect to. It's not for everybody. And that's the resonance frequency. And that's just the truth of the experience. Not everybody can relate to these experiences. And this is why we have a connection, because you've had some intense experiences also.
Yeah. I was saying, this is the gold nuggets. I mean, we come here to planet Earth to learn to play a game, and to learn about the rules and what it means, and to help each other to set ourselves free. So this is the pot of tea. So each of us, we are having a specific pot of tea. So we're having a tea part last year to inspire with Sanette there where we met. But so now I lost idea. No, but it's so important. No matter what happened in your life is always for you. And whatever experience you have, we are here to turn your pain into a gold nugget, and to show up, to set yourself free, and to make a difference. And you are the best example for really what you have been through. And what we still have to understand, everybody here on the planet is on a journey. So, and we're getting better each day. Just like it comes in layers and layers and layers. So, I mean, right now I'm in Ixtapa. I'm going right now. I have 1 month's education in deep releasing from the tissues, because all the issues, all the programs we are running, sitting in our body system, it's the last manifest. And so I'm just like, I'm still stunned. I was thinking 35 years of healing from head to toe. I'm pretty good. And I'm getting also in so many new layers right now, where I was even not knowing how full my storage was. So this is where, please be serious. So I'm German, so be serious about that you are uniquely made, and that you have a special talent, that there's something why you are here. But don't follow the crowd. It's just like, really break free, unsilence yourself, and learn to speak your truth. And when self-betray, self-abuse, addiction, whatever form is running the program in your life, change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to add to that, because through the process of writing my book, I was free of nicotine for 16 years. And I started smoking a couple of years ago. And for 2025, doing my Audible, I smoked a lot. And then Nicorettes. So now I'm like, one day, I had my last little bit this morning, but I want to love myself more deeply. I am choosing to love, to give my temple love. And be kind. So here we go.
We have to learn self-love. And I give you such an idea now with we going to do the smile exercise now. So I want to introduce you, first of all, because Back to Paradise, it's starting here. I'm giving you now the must-have exercise, but I also a free course you find in the description on my website. We are having a specific music because Back to Paradise and Rebuilding Paradise, I'm doing physically. So I have a special music that is informing your whole body system, your whole environment, that means your house. And I was even, because I was coming from this deep work, no, you can please stay on the website. We go to the water pictures, please. Can we have
Is
that?
It okay I stand up?
What? So the music
is it
what? So can we have the music in the, there's a music, there's a specific part when you go in the upper line of the website, there is, I think Dr. Jacqueline is today not here. So go up and there's music, the section music, and we have, the music is very special. It's a Feng Shui for your whole environment. So it's just pro-life technique on musicians, instruments. And so this is what happens when you play the music. Like we're having 60 seconds now. When we have like 15 minutes, you see this is the water before. The normal water is cluttered. We even get poisoned by our water. When you go down, you play the music, you listen, you feel the change on your body system. And this is how the structure is when you have a glass of water, but even your body is 75%, 70% water structure. And you're getting restructured. This is just like you getting unfolded from the inside without you have to do nothing, just like listening to the music. And even when I was running from the course back to my studio here, I was playing the music because I was a little stressed about all the things that were going on. So that was smoothing me down just like in 5 minutes. We are going to listen to the music during the exercise. And so everybody needs a pen. Nattolie, we need the pen. I am not talking. I will guide you because I want to remind you, you have angel tools, that these are your hands. And what I'm teaching is always the loving touch, because we open, our body will open if we become good friends together again. Specific one, we have been to things. So we place the pen between our teeth. We take our hand. Just follow my hand. You take the pen out. You close your eyes. Feel the feet on the ground. Feel your sit bones and feel the crown on your head. And this is really the part your body knows to do everything on his own. You don't have to think, you just have to breathe. So focus on your inhalation fresh, clean energy is coming into your system, and use the exhalation for releasing, letting go of everything you don't need anymore, any toxins, everything that's just like it's over now. Inhale fresh and clean energy that's coming into your system, and release with exhale. And again, inhale fresh and clean energy, and exhale, let go. Feel your feet on the ground, feel your sit bones, feel the crown on your head. And just take a little time, just like be aware what's going on in your face now. How does your forehead feel? How does your eyes feel? And it can be that you feel your cheekbones now a little bit more. Be aware of your jaw and pay attention to the corner of your mouth and your chin. And how much space you have in your heart room now. And then just like feel your feet, your sit bones, the crown on your head. Come back with the next inhalation and give yourself a hug. That's the most important. Hug yourself. Yeah, we need every single day a hug. If you're single, you have to hug yourself, minimum 15 seconds. And then the other side also. Hug yourself. You need nobody. You just have to start focusing and holding yourself. Get in alignment. The only person you should really focus on is the creator, that you are enough, that you are uniquely made, and you got it. You got that, okay? So, I'm looking forward. What is your experience? What was it this time for you?
It's very unusual for me to touch myself tenderly, especially with the face. So I feel some density behind my forehead, probably because of the nicotine, maybe lack of sleep, less nicotine, right? Yeah, I just feel kind of an awakening. I'm noticing where is tighter, here is tighter. I love it. And I especially love the up from the nose. And I know that this movement moves the lymphatic fluid that actually helps the brain, the cerebral fluid also. I know that much, but doing it, it's lovely. I'm like, since you showed me, I'm doing during the day. I'm just like, I'm grabbing some moisturizer and I'm just gently practicing.
Yeah.
So many people need this. And then it's like, so tender with ourselves, tender with our children. Like this can really change. It can really change the world because things are so rough. Like just the world, the vibration of the world can be very rough. So just taking the reset and then extending that to our child, to our partner, to ourselves first. I love it. Thank you.
So what we are going to do, because Nattolie and me, we are on a mission. So we're changing the world with our smiles. I'm going to have a 7-week program that is starting next week. So unfolding the face. This is where I'm guiding you in the loving touch to really get rid of your mask. Learning about really what it means, self-love on a daily basis, and how to connect first to yourself, and then you are able to bring your message out. And even if you want to communicate, you communicate without words. So learn really the skills. So you are joining. I'm going to donate to your foundation. So I will drop all the information here in the chat. We are done for today. Time was running quick by. Thank you, Nattolie, so much.
Amazing. Thank you.
So please follow her, go in the Facebook group. If you want to change your face, if you're not happy what you see in the mirror, reach out, write me a message. And so I see you next Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Sunday. Mwah. See you next week.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.